Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let me stand over here, I guess, before I get too close to the air compressor. I've got the air compressor running because, yeah, I've got a tire on the little John Deere 4100 tractor, and well, it keeps going low on me, and in the process, the bead keeps breaking. So I'm not sure what exactly is going on with it, but I need to get this problem resolved, because every time I come out to use a tractor, you know, the tires slack, or yeah, and like literally this is the third time that the bead is broken on it. And the other day, you know, trying to be as gentle as I could to get it over to the air compressor, just to get it by, because I really just wanted to reinflate it and then set it up so where I could leak check it. So I brought the water trough down. I'm going to go ahead and get that filled up with water so I can use that to locate the pinpoint where the leak is, so I can find out whether it needs to be patched or if it's just a problem where there's some dirt in the bead on it. But at either rate, or at any rate, I'm going to get a jack under this thing, get it lifted up, and get the tire off. Well, first I'm going to try to get the bead sealed on it so I can reinflate it and leak check it. So, yeah. Alright, here you can see is the valve stem. I'm just trying to get you guys situated where you'll be able to see. But what we're going to do is pull that valve core out and then see if we can get this thing to reseat without putting a strap on it or anything like that. We'll see. Alright, now the reason that you want to pull that Schrader core out of there is it'll, you know, vastly increase the amount of air that you're able to push into the tire in order to have any chance of getting it to reinflate. And then I have an inflator that I've taken the core depressor out of, so that it's basically just an open pass-through. Got here so I can show you what I'm doing. Alright, now, I didn't have any luck with getting the tire to seat at all, so we've got this strap around it. And what we'll do is compress the center of the tire with the ratchet strap. That'll force the edges out and into the bead. Hopefully getting the bead to hold enough, because once you get it to hold a little bit of pressure, obviously, you know, the increased tire pressure will then force the tire, you know, back out against the walls even more. Alright, well, we got the bead to seal. Now we need to start filling up the water trough so we can pull the tire and dunk it to see if we can locate where all of our leaks are. That was the dinner bell. We've got to let this fill up, and then we can worry about taking the tire off and dunking it. Alright guys, it's the next day. Yeah, dinner break turned into an all-night break. So, yeah, just to recap real quick. We got the bead set on this. I'm going to pull it off, put it in that water tank so that we can find the leaks on it, because it's been having an ongoing problem. And I'm fed up and messing with it. Well, there for sure is one of our problems, but I want to continue going around the whole tire. I want to check the inside, the outside, let it soak for a while to see if there's anything else, so I can get this thing sorted out and put to bed once and for all. Now it looks like we have another leak. Just a tiny one. Just around that valve stem. I don't know how easy it is to see on the camera, but yeah, it's pretty tiny, but there's a gasket on that valve stem. So there's another feed leak right there. Alright, that looks like it's got the valve stem sorted out, but there's another small leak there. It's going to need to be addressed. See what else we can find. Well, it appears that really our only big leak is on this side, right on that seam where the weld is, but I still need to get something get these all marked off good. I would say for sure that's our big leaker. That's the one that's causing me all the annoyance. But I think we'll go ahead and break her down and see if we can't get her sealed up right and tight. Alright, so there's our leak, and there is something we can try to get that to seat better, and all it takes is a couple of hammers. You can actually strike the tire on the surface areas and see if you can get it to buckle down, but what we're going to try is this. See if we can get it to No. If anything, we're only managing to make it worse. So it's right next to this welded seam. Now I need to mark the other side. I know there was one up here. And all this black stuff you see on these like beads or runs, that's bead sealer. You know, it's like a rubber cement that you can coat, just like a rubber cement that you can coat along the edge here. But I can see that from where it's gone flat and gotten reinflated, it's picked up grass and dirt, and that's probably, you know, the whole underlying issue is that, you know, while being steel rims, they rust. And this is a tractor tire, so it has water in it, and obviously over time that reacts with the steel to, you know, rust it as well. I'm going to move you guys inside because well, it's starting to rain here, and we've got the tire marked, so I think we're done with the tank. Alright, the tractor tire is still outside. But we've got to get set up to bring it inside and get it on the... It's just a manual tire machine. It's literally the cheapest thing I could find. It is a Harbor Freight Special, but in all fairness, it does the stuff that I need to do. I've got a couple tires I need to work on for one of the lawnmowers, and yeah, those tires are there. But the reality of it is, you know, like with these those smaller type tires, they're actually harder to do than a, you know, full-size tire. Usually the bigger the better. But what we're going to work on is bringing that tire in. We'll pull the valve stem, and then we're going to run some bead sealer on there. This particular brand I don't have any, you know, connection to or anything like that. And I can't tell you whether it's great stuff or not. It's just what I have on hand. It seems to work. I'm pretty rough on equipment, so yeah, it does the job. But like as you can see, it just, you know, bead sealer. And that's what we need. I'm going to start with the worst first. But the first thing I have to do is, well, stand it back up, and then this is I call them 7 levels, but it's got a Schrader core remover tool on it. So yeah. And if you're going to be doing this, the best thing to do is take it loose and literally just walk away from it, let it go down, because it will come out of there with some force. I don't think enough to hurt you, but if you need it to reuse it, there's a high probability you'll lose it. But I have plenty on hand, so. that's what we needed to accomplish. Now that we've gotten that bead broken loose, we can do whatever we need to do to get in there. And obviously there's some dirt and stuff in there, and that's usually the issue with tractor tires anyway. You know, like you're running it in a rut, or you know, literally a stick will press on the sidewall, and if there's mud around, which, you know, on a tractor is pretty frequent, you know, especially if you're doing any type of land work, you know, it gets forced in there, and it in turn will then prevent the tire from sealing properly. So and I can feel some rust in there as well, and that's kind of what I was, you know, figuring was the issue, because this is right where the wheel is welded together. So I'm gonna need to grab some additional tools, get in there and clean that up so that we can make a reliable seal. And one of the things to remember is it's a good idea to actually use a wire brush on the rubber tire itself, because there'll be debris that's stuck to it and embedded in it. So let me grab some more stuff and we'll come back and clean it up. Alright, I'm going to try to get you zoomed in here so you can see what it is you'll be contending with. So you know not to freak out. You can see all that rust that's in the bead there and dirt. And basically you just got to clean that stuff out and then slather on the bead sealer and you're done. Well, of course, then you get to go through the whole process of double checking to make sure that you got all your stuff done. So, you know, at this point it's just a matter of, you know, hitting that with wire brushes. Sorry, I got you out of the camera so you're zoomed in here. And it's just a matter of hitting that with some wire brushes to clean all the debris out. I'll finish airing this up and bring you back. Alright, she's filled up to 40 psi on the nose, so now comes the real test. Gonna wheel her back here for the dump tank again. Well, I think I'm gonna have to knock off, call it a night, because I'm running out of light. But you can see it quite literally looks worse than it did at the onset. But everything else seems to be sealed, but yeah. So at this point I'm thinking the thing to do is break the tire down, just clean the whole inside, and you know, yeah, try to get back to snuff. There's still a bunch of rust, particularly right over there. So yeah, I think the thing to do is maybe just break the tire down, get it cleaned up and back to snuff. Maybe try to get all the water and stuff that's in the tire, because well, for, you know, maybe you're not familiar, maybe you are, I don't know, but it's pretty common to run water inside of tractor tires, you know, just to give them some extra weight. So I know that there's still some residual water left in these tires, but I have to obviously get that edge cleaned up and, you know, back to snuff, because it's just no bueno. Alright, let's see if we can clean this thing up. Well, you get the idea. I'll bring it back once I make a little more progress. Alright, so I've gone around and wire brushed the entire area. You can still barely see the marks that are over here. That was the problem area. I've gone around the whole perimeter with a wire brush and cleaned it up. Well, I hope I've gotten it. We're about to find out. Alright, well, I'm going to take it back out to the tank and see how I've done. Well, guys, yeah, they can't all be winners. Yeah. Look at that. I was just kidding. Looks like we finally got it licked. Those are chalk marks for where it was leaking like a sieve. And, yeah. So far, so good. Although, I just remembered last night when we dumped this tire, we still had a bubble every once in a while coming out of the valve stem. So, I need to throw a socket on that, give it another turn. But that's such a slight leak that it really won't have any bearing on my use of it. Well, that's fantastic. Looks like we got everything sorted out. Let's check the other side. Uh-oh. We still got a leaker on this side. And at least we know the process of what it's going to take to sort it out. But I can tell you why that one's leaking. There's literally grass sticking out of the rim there. That's at the same spot where we started with the leak on the other side where the weld was. But like I said, I can quite literally, there's grass. Like I said, and that's from when when you're, well, I've used this thing for clearing out some ditches and stuff like that. And with all the rain we've been getting, if the tire gets low and these sidewalls are soft, you can literally see the grass that's embedded in there. Well, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. But yeah, based off of what I found on the other side, literally there's some rust and dirt, grass, and stuff in the sidewalls. That, yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of going through and wire brushing, cleaning that stuff out. Yeah, and every once in a while, I don't know if you can see, there's a bubble that comes up from the valve stem. So let me grab my chalk. Yeah, this one's been a bear. Normally they're not nearly this difficult. Alright, well, it looks like we got the valve stem, so the only thing left we got to address is that. Oh, this thing's kind of kicked my butt. I really did not count on it being this, difficult project when I started. Yeah, normally it's a pretty quick in and out job. But the problem is, of course, I've done this, multiple times with this tire, so it's time to pay the piper and get in there and clean all the buildup out. Well, let me get the tire back over and see what I can figure out with that backside. Alright, well, I'm going to bring you back when I take it over to the dump tank and see what we got. Well, I've gone ahead and checked the backside, and I can honestly say, I never thought I'd feel proud about fixing a tire. Man, this thing has been a beast. Unfortunately, it really is all my fault. It's neglect of, like I said, the tire would get a dirt in the sidewall or stick shoved in there, and I would just kind of air it back up and keep rolling. And so really, it's cumulative problem. So. Yeah. And that's the spot where we had our big issue at. Well, and in fact, it was the same spot on both sides. As you can see where there's some welding for the rim, and on this side and the back side. So but fortunately, yeah. Alright guys, well, I'm going to knock it off there, get this thing mounted back onto the tractor, and yeah, I'll bring you back in a minute. Lord. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't understand. It didn't used to be that hard. You guys mind going over and grabbing an air hose so I don't have to get up? Alright guys, well that's it. Thanks for tuning in again and watching my trials. The Yeah, I know this is going to be maybe a too long video. Hopefully Mitch can put some chop on it in the editing. Yeah, because that took a hell of a lot longer than I ever anticipated, you know, coming into the project. But like I said, it's cumulative. You know, it's all self-inflicted, like well, I believe most things in life. So, but yeah, I can finally put the thing back to work. I've got, you can see, plenty of bush hogging to do. So you guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.